Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Easily one of the hottest topics throughout MW2 and Warzone so far this year is, of course, movement, because movement changed so drastically, jumping from Warzone 1 into Warzone 2, which of course is now just known as Warzone. They went away from the slide canceling, the bunny hopping, the very aggressive movement to something a lot slower paced. And some players enjoyed that, some players did not. But we know for sure now, moving forward into Modern Warfare 3 this fall, movement is going back towards being chaotic and fast in multiplayer. It's also said that Warzone movement is going to be updating quite a bit as well. And today I wanted to break down sort of what to expect with this movement update in Warzone as we know it now, when it could be happening, and how, kind of regardless of how it ends up playing out, it's good news at the end of the day. So as we're diving into it all, if you guys are new to the channel, you want to guarantee you are always up to date with absolutely everything going on in COD. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Obviously, as we get closer and closer to the launch of MW3, we're going to have so many major announcements and reveals taking place, so you won't want to miss those. And if you guys enjoy this video, if you guys are excited for some movement updates, be sure to drop a like on the video as well. But initially here, the core of our movement updates stem from the initial teases and announcements that we got back when Modern Warfare 3 was fully revealed, alongside some of what the creators who got to play the game early and see the game early were able to share with us as well. So for instance, Charlie Intel tweeted out a bit ago saying the Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer movement basically has canceling for everything. You can go through and you can slide cancel. You can reload cancel in the middle of your animation if you want to. There's going to be faster mantling and the ability to mantle while you're sprinting, which personally I am very much so looking forward to. You've got the ability to fire immediately after sliding. You can ADS while sliding if you have a certain gear or a perk option equipped. There's going to be increased Tac-Sprint duration, so you can actually Tac-Sprint for further distances and for a longer period of time, depending on what exact weapon class you're going to be using. So like for instance, the LMGs are probably going to have a shorter Tac-Sprint duration than the pistols or the SMGs to make it a bit more realistic. But regardless, Tac-Sprint durations are going to be increased. There's also going to be increased strafe speeds and ADS movement, so gunplay and gunfights are going to be a bit more aggressive in that sense. Then also the Tac-Sprint naturally recharges while you are sprinting, and so this means that instead of having to slide cancel to reset that Tac-Sprint manually, just as you're sprinting over time, you're going to be going from sprint to Tac-Sprint, back to normal sprint, back to Tac-Sprint automatically, which is really going to save a lot of controllers if you think about it. But those are all the confirmed movement updates that we've got from Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer. Now, Charlie Intel did also confirm that this movement will carry over to Warzone when Modern Warfare 3 and Warzone integrate later on this year. And that is said currently to be happening in early December. I want to say December 5th is that leaked date for Season 1 and the MW3 Warzone integration. So at the absolute latest, we are going to have the finesse movement and sort of the skill gap movement back in Warzone in early December when MW3 integrates into Warzone. Now that's the absolute latest date that could happen, but the exciting news here is that there's a very good chance we could actually see some movement updates either before the MW3 integration, or content post MW3 integration in Warzone is going to be greater than it's ever been before. Either outcome, I'm liking the sound of. So the possibility of actually seeing a major movement update happen before the MW3 integration stems from the initial teasers of the Modern Warfare 3 reveal, back when they were actually sending a handful of streamers some packages to reveal on their streams, teasing the MW3 event within Warzone. So back when this was actually happening, Swag was sent his package, and it contained a pair of slides, a can, and a cell phone, which was obviously teasing slide cancel, and we now know that's officially confirmed. However, he also got a note, or a text rather, with this update from the unknown caller when that stuff was going on, that said something along the lines of, you will be able to use this movement to navigate through Al Mazrah faster, or use this to your advantage to navigate through Al Mazrah, basically insinuating that the teasers that were being shown here are going to connect to Al Mazrah. Now, here's the thing. Al Mazrah, obviously, is the main map now. So if that's the case, this is teasing one of two things. The first of which is that this is a movement update that we could be seeing with the Season 6 launch update here towards the end of the month, or perhaps Season 6 Reloaded closer to the launch of MW3. perfectly acceptable option and one that would make a lot of sense. Since they do mention that we're going to be able to see that, we have to assume that maybe before the new Warzone map comes out, these updates are going to take place. And Modern Warzone actually mentioned that in his mentions when talking about these teasers at the time. So outcome A, we're going to see a movement update here in Warzone on Al Mazrah and for Vondel and for Ashika Island and everything that we've got going on right now before MW3 even happens, which would be very exciting in and of itself. But that's just one potential outcome. The second outcome here is that simply Al Mazrah is actually not going to be removed once we move on into the MW3 integration. Obviously, if they're talking about using the movement on the Al Mazrah map, that would indicate that we can play Al Mazrah still, obviously. And something that we obviously all saw throughout Warzone 1 was anytime there was a new major map introduced into the game, whether it was Verdansk 84 or Caldera, the previous map was removed. Verdansk 84 deleted Verdansk Original, and Caldera deleted Verdansk 84. But moving forward now, we're already seeing it with Resurgence, how we have a bunch of different maps already in the rotation between Fort Resurgence, between Ashika, between Vondel. And that's sort of an effect of Warzone 2 existing in the first place and being on the upgraded engine with some upgraded back-end stuff, allowing these maps to rotate frequently without just destroying the game in terms of overall file size or, performance or anything like that. So that said, it's honestly quite possible that with the MW3 integration in early December, we're going to see this new sort of Los Alamos-based Yurzikistan map that we've talked about in various other videos. If you haven't caught those, feel free to go and check them out. But we're going to have this Yurzikistan based map drop as like the main large battle royale map new for MW3, but then it's not actually going to delete Al Mazrah. Instead, Al Mazrah will carry forward and we'll have a rotation or a selection of which battle royale maps we want to play. You want to play battle royale quads on Al Mazrah or battle royale quads on the new Yurzikistan map. You have your choice there, which is something that would be brand new to Warzone entirely for battle royale and for the large map. And something I think players have wanted to see for some time. Imagining dating back to Warzone 1, being able to choose between Verdansk or between Caldera. I mean, I think I know where most of us would probably be playing if that was the case, and maybe that's why they didn't. They didn't want to make Caldera look bad and have nobody playing on it, but imagine having that back in the day. It would be awesome. It's been something that's been requested for a long time now, really ever since they removed original Verdansk, and so that is the other outcome and other possibility here with this movement update, teasing that it's going to be Al Mazrah, insinuating that Al Mazrah is never going to go away and it'll exist into MW3, or we're going to see this movement update before MW3. Either outcome here, I'm okay with. If we can get this movement update sooner in Warzone and actually have the skill gap sort of return and have all these new alternatives to finesse in gunfights and adding in more things to learn in engagements, I'm all for that. I think that'd be awesome. And, if it doesn't come before MW3, then the MW3 integration happens and we have a variety of maps to choose from between Resurgence and standard BR. That's cool too, because it gives you options and it sort of keeps gameplay feeling fresh. If you get really tired of the new map and you want to go back to Al Mazrah, you can do so. Or if, a one specific day you want to test some things out on Al Mazrah because it's got the more open, longer range gunfights, you could play on Al Mazrah, then shift over back to the new map. Really cool ideas here that, like I said, really either way it ends up playing out, I think is going to be enjoyable for the community regardless. So the movement update might have a bit more to it than what meets the eye, and that's definitely exciting. Of course, as we get any new details on the movement update, on the integration, you guys know I'm gonna have you covered with all the latest news and updates, so be sure to stick it here for that alongside everything else going on in COD. Make sure to hit that subscribe button on your way out, and if you enjoyed the video, do me a favor, drop a like on it, would be seriously appreciated. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.